fight no more. I don't wanna fight this war.
All right, you welcome back to the next segment of our discussion today on the call of faith. So today we're going to be talking about on the marital segment of our discussion on we started talking about how to effectively communicate with your partner in marriage. And we did emphasize that everything that marriage desires or deserves is communication. Is hinged on communication. Ability to communicate with your wife, is very key here, because if you don't understand your wife's love language or your husband's love language, to communicate with him might be pretty difficult. So we need to understand and learn how we can communicate with ourselves. And in the past episodes, we have talked about saying to your wife that I love you, or saying to your husband that I love you, and maintaining regular eye contact to look at your wife or to look at your husband in a sexy manner. And we said a home should be a place that's so liberalized where you have freedom of expression. And we also talk about other things like eating together. We've talked about eating together. We've talked about sleeping together. And we did mention during when we're talking about the need for us to eat together, that the best charity you can give in a day is when you eat together with your wife. The best charity you can give in a day is when you eat together with your husband. So I'm saying, and the position of the Sunnah in this regard is that you don't eat like the quote unquote the chairman. And I know quite a number of spouses, they call out chairman. Sometimes they call out boss. So they just drop the food on the dining and they disappear and go elsewhere. And that is the way we find our joy and this kind of this finding our ego that yes, I'm the husband. She has to serve me. No. Keep in mind, like we said in the past episode, that your wife is not your house help. No. Your wife is your partner in the business of marriage. And your husband is not your boss. Your husband is your partner in the business of marriage. Of course, for every establishment, someone has to take the lead. And we say the husband is the leader, but he's not the ruler. So you don't shout at your wife, you don't scream at your wife, you don't traumatize your wife. It's wrong. And the same thing we talked to the women the past episode, that you don't nag at your husband. You don't make living in the home to be uncomfortable with you say you don't have a sword. Of course you have a sword. Your tongue is your sword. And what makes your husband to be running away from the house is because he cannot just withstand the barrage of insults and abuses that you heap on him from time to time. So for us to have a happy marital relationship, we need to put a stop to this. And together we can make a happy marriage. And we are able to make a happy family. Only a happy family can make a happy nation. So I ask you, respected brothers and sisters, dear listeners, bros, so you don't marry. My sister, I mean, you won't marry. So if you don't marry or you won't marry, then get married to the right person, because when you do that, you are contributing your own quota to our national security architecture, and it is your own contribution to our collective patrimony to grow our nation. I pray that Allah will bless our land. Now, where we stopped last week was that we said it's important for husband and wife to sleep together. And I appreciate the callers that called then that, what about the man who sleeps in the room and only goes to the wife whenever he wants to? No. Sleeping together does not necessarily imply conjugal thing. It is just that the two people that the Sunnah of Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam allow to sleep together and cover themselves with the same garment, those two people are only the husband and the wife, not even your two children. Neither the males of them or the females of them. Don't say, maybe all of them are boys. No, they can't sleep together. Everybody to his own bed. Even if all the boys were in the same room, all the boys cannot say, okay, let all the boys, all of you, cover all of them with the same garment. No. Right? Even all the girls, you say, okay, all the girls sleep together, cover yourself with the same garment. No. Right? So the bottom line is this. The bottom line is this. You and your wife are the only ones that are legally allowed, according to the Sharia, to sleep together. Cover yourself with the same coverlet. And that is the Sunnah. Now, the next point we're going to talk about today is praying together. You need to pray together, because when you pray together, you develop your spiritual capacity together. That is why the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam said, when a man wakes up in the night, wa ayqadha ahla, and wakes up his wife, and the two of them solaya rakatan, and in the solaya rakatain, they are able to observe two genuflections of prayer in the midnight. Kutiba min al-dhakirin Allah kathira wa dhakirat. Allah the Almighty will write them. God Almighty will write them amongst those who often remember Him most of the time. Those who often remember Him, whether male or female. So importantly, praying together is the spiritual strength of the family. Let the foundation of your family be built on prayer. There is power in prayer. If you can pray, then you got no problem. I'm not saying challenges will not come. Challenges will come, as they will always be there. But the bottom line is that whenever you pray together, you support yourself spiritually. And this is very key. And the next point is playing together. As a husband and wife should pray together, they should also play together. Many men, they're not fond of their wives. They don't crack jokes with their wives. Even if their wife want to play with them, say, I beg, I beg, I beg, I beg. You know, I beg they come out there, which way they play with you. But you can play with other girls outside. You can't play with your wife. What a criminal are you? Right. You know they play with your madam. Now another person they play with. Which kind of person you be? Man, no day. Oh. Man, no day. Play together and you are fond. You bonded together. So when you play together, you're fond of yourself. Most of the things you remember, your memories, the memories you keep and cherish are those periods when you smile together, you laugh together, you play together, you hit me, I hit you, and hey man, it's amazing. So please play together with your husband, play together with your wife. And we're going to open the phone lines now. We continue. Supposing you have questions, comments, or what have you, please call the studio line 070 7242 6258. 070 7242 6258, or you call 090 7220 8098. Once again, 090 7220 8098. We're going to be picking your calls as you call. But now, continue with what we're talking about. The topic of communication in the family is that it is important for husband and wife to liberalize their marriage. Don't have the idea. Okay, I have a caller here. Hello.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum salam. We can hear you. We can hear you. We can hear you. Okay, I think we lost that call. Now, the point is that it's important that husband and wife keep very good memories of themselves when they play together, when they spend time together. Don't let it be that it's like a prison, like your marriage is a prison. Don't imprison your wife. Don't imprison your husband. That when they are home, they are not free. They're not free to talk to you. They're not free to play with you. Everybody on his own. The home is so loathsome. You're putting yourself on a loathsome chain. And you say, which kind of husband you be? I will not be correct husband now. So let your family life be liberalized. So play together with your wife. The next is walking together or strolling together. It is important for us to note that as husband and wife, you need to learn to walk together. If you can walk together, then you go out together, go on picnic together, go on outing together. This is part and parcel of the things that make the family to be bonded and to be united. So make certain that you go out with your wife. Just walk out. So what says, I got a case of a brother. The wife was going in the front, and the husband was going in the front. The wife was coming from behind, and they tell me this is part of what the sunnah said. I said, no, this is not the sunnah. This is not right. This is not the right thing to do. The right thing to do is that husband and wife should walk side by side. You don't tell your wife stay at the back. Even in prayer, yes, in prayer you see women stay in their own place, men stay in their own place. But as a husband and wife, your wife should not be behind you. Your wife should be by your side. So walk out together. Go out together. Drive downtown together, and let's have the fun in the marriage. This is one of the things that keep the marriage on the line of communication. The communication line should be open at all times. I pray that Allah in His mercy will bless you. And the next one, and of course the final one in communicating and talking together or living together, is bathing together. Husband and wife should spend time together, to bathe together. This might sound a bit awkward to some people, but actually this is from the Sunnah. Husband and wife should bathe together. It may not be a routine thing, but once in a while create time when you are in the bathroom together. Somebody said, what about the aura? Yes, the only person that can see your aura is your husband or your wife. Other people know. The only person that can see your nudity head to toe is your husband or your wife. Okay, and in bathing, I keep in mind, of course, in this part of the world, the way we build our bathroom is wrong. Many people build bathroom with the water closet, with the toilet, and it's wrong. Toilet separate, the bathroom separate. Toilet should not lead to the room. The bathroom can lead to the bedroom. While bathing together, you can from there enter your bedroom. But toilet should be at the back, because of the noxious smell. But when you are bathing, Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam bathed with his wife. So there is no aura, there is no shame between you and your wife, right? Bathe together. Bathing together is one of the things that makes you to be close. Imagine how it feels when your husband washes your body. I'm not talking about a dead body now, about your living body. Imagine how it feels then your wife washes you. Your husband washes your body, scrub your back, and many of us make the mistake. And let me quickly mention this. Your children cannot see your nudity. And let me repeat this for emphasis. Your children cannot see your nudity. I don't mean born now, you born now, but no you creator. God Almighty has created your children. When they are mature, they should be in their own cocoon, right? You want someone to scrub your back, to wash your back for you? Call your husband. You want someone to wash your back for you? Call your wife. All right? So some people say, she be a girl now. A girl, there will not be your husband be that. The time when you need absolute privacy, when nobody can see you, is when you ease yourself, when you answer the call of nature. At that point in time, not the husband, not the wife can see themselves. Except maybe sickness or what have you, then you need to be helped. You need to kind of care. But in a normal circumstance, the time you need absolute privacy is when you are answering the call of nature. Apart from that, bathing together is part of the things that make your marriages to be good and serene. So now, many married couples should do assume that they communicate effectively, but somehow they make themselves vulnerable to the tragedy of weak communication link. And that is why you see couples who have been married for years and they just all of a sudden they say, I know they marry again and stuff like this, because the marriage has not been enjoyable over the years. The man just manage. You don't manage marriage, you enjoy marriage. Marriages are to be enjoyed. And that is why Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam says, "Ad-dunya kulluha mata' wa khayru mata'i dunya al-mar'atu as-salihah." The best enjoyment in life is to have a good wife. And on the flip side, the best enjoyment in life is to have a good husband. Imagine it's the person that when you close your eyes is just by your side. Imagine if that person gives you peace, then you have peace. So that when outside world harasses you, you get back home and you recharge your battery. Amen. Coming back to work the next day with full strength, because you know you have been reinvigorated. Okay? And this is the right way for us to keep our homes strong. And because marriage is a lifetime affair, so because it is lifetime, you need to make certain you make the right choice ab initio. Let me quickly mention our phone lines again as we gradually draw home the point today. If you want to call us on the studio line, 070-7242-6258. I repeat again, 070-7242-6258. And the other number you can call is 090-7220-8098. And I say again, 09072208098. Now, going forward, if you are able to establish good communication with your husband and wife, are you able to understand yourself, then it's important for us. Let's pick this call. Yeah.
Hello,
Hello.
sir.
Hello.
Uh,
Yes, I can hear you.
Good evening. Good evening, sir.
Good afternoon, sir. How are you?
I'm fine, sir. How is your work, sir?
Yeah, I'm okay. I'm good.
Hello,
Yeah, you have a
sir.
question. Yeah, you have a question, please. You have a question.
Yes, sir.
Okay, you just called to.
I'm very, I'm very appreciative to this program, sir.
Oh wow! Thank you very much for the compliment. We really appreciate your comment, and let's keep listening.
Yes, sir.
And it's important for us to be
Thank
together.
you, sir.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah.
Bye-bye, sir.
Bye bye. Thank you. Hello. Hello. Good afternoon.
Your name is?
Okay, you're welcome. Okay, I'm with you. Is it good for a wife to ask for what? Intimacy. Yes. Um, from the husband. Yes, it is good for a wife to ask for intimacy from the husband, but under normal circumstance, the husband should understand the love language of the wife. Under normal circumstance, there are some things, some moves, some body language, some non-verbal expression that the wife makes that the husband should be able to decode it. But even if the husband does not decode it, the wife can ask the husband, come sleep with me. Yes, it's right. It's her right from the husband. Thank you very much for calling, madam. Thank you, bye-bye. All right, as we gradually wrap up the session. Okay, we have another caller here. Yeah.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon, sir.
I'm calling from Maraba.
You're welcome, sir.
There was a news that went viral some time ago. In 2001, between February 2001 to February 2002, 2022, there were more than 4,200 divorce cases in ACT alone. So I want to suggest if these couples can make out time to listen to programs like this, the number of divorces in this country will be reduced. I want to thank you so much for giving us the word of life. I'm going to bless and keep you.
Thank you very much. God bless you too, sir. I really appreciate your call, and it's encouraging this kind of comment. And I believe also that if we can continue to seek in and listen to programs that can enliven our marriages, it will take us well ahead of the pack as far as the way we manage our homes are concerned. Thank you very much for calling, sir. Now we gradually winding up the discussion today, and before we close, I want you to understand that whenever your marriages are good, then you are contributing your own quota to our national growth and development. Bandits don't drop from the sky. Kidnappers don't come from the blues. What do you call it? Boko Haram do not come from the moon. They are human beings from failed homes. When our homes fail, okay, we had a call. Yeah. Hello, sir. Hello, good afternoon. You're welcome.
Thank you so much, sir, for this program. I really enjoy your program. God bless you.
Amen, and you too. I really appreciate you.
And bless you.
Thank you. Amen. Thank you very much, madam. I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the call. I appreciate it. Thank you. Now, if you are able to make certain your homes are good and peaceful, your marriages are okay, then we can reduce our bandits. We can reduce the Boko Haram. We can fight the terrorists. Because when your homes fail, you are going to make are having for further recruits or cannon fodder for the bandits, for the kidnappers, for the Boko Haram element. Because these children that you have refused to bring the way of God, they constitute nuisance to the society. And it's a challenge to our national security apparatus. Hello?
Hello.
Good afternoon.
My name is Esther.
You're welcome, Esther.
I thank you for the message this evening. May God bless Una. I thank God for the program. May God give Una the grace to do the program. But I will pray for the people, their marriage, Father, may their marriage arrange for this program. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate your call. Thank you so much for calling. Thank you. So, like I was saying, whenever we're able to make our marriages work, then society is going to be good, because the aggregate of these children from failed marriages constitute menace to the society. When that child, that boy, that girl from failed marriages come to the street, they aggregate. That poses threats to our national security. But when good child from your home, good child from my home, good child from the good boys and girls come and aggregate at the center, they make good community. And it's just simple, not rocket science. You know, they're good product. Good product, you enjoy good product. Bad product, they can destroy your life. All right, we'll have a call here. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. I can hear you.
My name is Emmanuel. I'm calling from you.
You're welcome, Emmanuel. Okay, we just lost the call. Emmanuel, thank you for calling. We lost your call. And so as a wrap up today, I want you to please be enthused that when your marriages are working, you are a good citizen of this nation. When your marriages are good, you are contributing, by virtue of that, you are contributing your own quota to this nation. If I have my way, I'm going to give you a national award here. Yeah, I'm going to give you a national award for making certain you turn in good children for our society. Mr. President was given birth to by parents. Governors of the states, some people gave birth to them. The ministers, they were born by human beings. So they were brought up the right way, so they are the leaders of the country today. So who knows, your child, whom you are training today, could be the next president. And if you fail to train that child could become the Boko Haram we have to deal with. So marriages are an important part of our security apparatus. So we need to take care of our marriages. I pray for you, respected, as we round off today. I pray for you that God Almighty will bless your homes, will bless your family, and of course, I pray that God will bless our nation. Marriages are to be enjoyed, like I said. Enjoy your marriage. If your marriages are not being enjoyed, something is wrong, brother. Something is wrong. We got to look for a solution to that marriage, because it's just painful that many of us, we allow this problem to fester until it snowballs out of control and it becomes like a big and huge challenge. If you can sit down together, you can possibly get a good counselor to talk to you. Those things are not problems. You know, you want to make a problem, then it's a problem. You want to get around the problem, God will give you the wisdom to get around the problem. You know, so your homes should be peaceful. Marriages are to be enjoyed. So please go today and enjoy your homes, enjoy your marriages. I pray that Allah will bless you, guide you, and keep you focused and steadfast on the path of righteousness at all times. And I pray for you that all your children will be children with barakah, with al-barakah. Allah will give them blessings from above and will make them the pride of our nation. I pray for you that your marriages will be one of the marriages that will be celebrated in the annals, in the history of this nation. Thank you very much today for listening. I really appreciate all those that have called and all those that have tried to call, that your calls dropped off. I appreciate all of you, and I hope to see you again, inshallah, on Friday, when we shall continue by 3 o'clock, and we shall continue with our program, The Call of Faith. Thank you so much. I am Dr. Gidado Taufik Mikdad. Hope to see you again on Friday. Thank you. Masalamat.
Okay, still have 4 minutes now. You still have 4 minutes. That's what I was telling you.
I didn't know.
I'm looking at my own time. I was telling you, continue. You know, people don't get this kind of teaching. Do you notice that most of the people that call are Christians? He called me. He was the one that first called when I off my phone. Yes, OZ1 man. He called me. That was when I opened my phone. It was only one Muslim that called. Now when they say salam alaikum, and you don't understand outside that you did salam alaikum, but his line went off. They don't get this kind of teaching. And if you don't put yourself into the shoes or listen, you will never know this kind of things exist. You will think it's all about strictness and discipline and hijab and punishing people. There's no liberalism and all that.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, you are too loaded.
Thank you.